Hello, beautiful people. So for today's dance class, we are going to work on stretching specifically with the purpose in mind of getting our hips more flexible. And these exercises will help with splits and with turnout. So having more flexibility in your hip flexors. This especially helps out in dance styles like ballet, but it also strengthens your hip a lot and the rotational part in your hip. So first, this is one of my favorite stretches to do, and this is actually a really good stretch to start off your day with. This is one of my favorite stretches. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna do this from the side, okay? So I'm gonna start off here. Everyone knows this stretch, right? So I want you to stand with your legs hip width apart, okay? So you should be able to draw a line straight down from your hip to your foot. It shouldn't be too wide. So from here, I'm just gonna hold this stretch and let my head go. No tension anywhere, just hold it. Now from here, I'm gonna slowly bend down. Go as far as you can. Press forward a little bit. If your heels come up, that's okay. Try to press them down as much as you can. Now right here, just gonna relax over. Really tight today, so I feel like I can't go that far, but if you do these a couple of times, you're gonna find it easier and easier to just let yourself go. Now I'm gonna press myself up, so my butt's gonna come back up. I'm gonna go back up to straight legs, still hanging over, but I'm gonna press from my heels, okay? So my weight is gonna go into my heels, and I'm gonna press up. Hold. Make sure your feet are relaxed, your toes aren't gripping anywhere. Now we're gonna go back down again, slowly. Lean forward a little bit. So right now, the more I lean forward, the more I'm stretching out the Achilles tendon, which is right here. So you should feel that nice stretch. And come back. Now roll up, pressing from the heels and coming up. Good, let's do that one more time. Sometimes I'll do these like 10 times in a row and I'll hold this for a while. This is one of those stretches that it stretches out a bunch of different parts of your body at the same time, which is great. But this is especially good for your hips, and we're opening this spot, especially since this area, especially for women, tends to get really tight. So from here, press up again with your heels. Now bend your legs and roll up. Okay. Now, this next exercise I'm going to show you, it looks kind of weird, but it's like a stretch / exercise at the same time, which is great. So first what we're going to do, before we get into that exercise / stretch, we're going to open one leg at a time to the side. It doesn't have to be directly out to the side. It could be a little bit more forward at an angle. And everyone knows this stretch, it's pretty simple. So I want you to just lean forward and then rock back. And go forward. I'd like you to have your foot flexed. So toes up to the ceiling with straight legs. Well, the leg that's extended to be straight. And down. And back. And down. You should feel your hips getting stretched out. Right here stretching. Now from here, we're going to take one arm up, reach over to the leg that's out to the side, and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Reach up. Now other leg. And reach forward and go back. Rock forward and rock back. Rock forward and rock back. Take deep breaths. Okay, now opposite arm reaches up to the side and pulse. 2, 3, 4, and pulse. Think about reaching with that heel with the leg that's out to the side. Reach up and around. Okay, now this exercise is the one that I wanted to show you. I just wanted you to get your muscles and especially your hips warmed up before we do it. This one you definitely start to feel. It's interesting because this exercise targets these muscles that are really deep here, deep in your hip. So that's one of the things I like about it, is it gets in these tiny little muscles that we normally don't know, like we normally don't strengthen. So what we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna just do this from the front. So I'm gonna scooch all the way back here. So I'm gonna have my legs out to the side. They're not as far out to the side as I can go. It's a little more like a V. Okay, I'm creating a V with my legs right here. Okay? So you're not focusing on stretching your legs open as far as you can like you normally would do if you're stretching to work on splits or something like that. For this stretch, we're just targeting these muscles right here. It's going to strengthen them and also create more flexibility and help with that rotation. Okay? So what we're going to do, you want to feel yourself sitting right on top of your sit bones. Okay? So I shouldn't be slouched, I shouldn't be rolled over, I shouldn't be arching and sticking my butt out. I should be sitting right on top of those sit bones. So from here, I extend my arms out to the side and my feet are flexed. So toes up, I'm not pointing, they're up the whole time. Shoulders relaxed, chest nice and open and broad. And now we're gonna pick up those knees. So you're gonna bend and then you're gonna press them into the floor. And bend and press. So what I don't want you to do is do this. So see how I'm pulling my feet in? Your feet are gonna stay exactly where they are. Okay, I'm just slightly lifting up my knee and then pressing it back down. It's a small motion. You don't have to make it big because you shouldn't feel your heels sliding on the floor, okay? They're gonna stay stationary. So right here, I'm gonna do it again. Up and press. Also working on engaging these muscles and really working on straightening those legs and stretching them. Up, down, and up, down, and up, down. Sorry about that. My battery got low. So let's keep going. Up, down, up, and press. This might be a little uncomfortable for some of you guys. If it's really uncomfortable, try bringing your legs in more so that they're not all the way out. So, and even mine aren't all the way out to this side. But for you, if it hurts even more for you, just bring them in closer. Just go as far as you can, as long as you can feel a stretch and you feel these muscles working deep in here. Right in that crease. You should feel it in that crease. Up, down, up, down, up. I also am making sure they're not coming in like this. My knees are staying up to the ceiling. Up. It might feel a little weird. It's a little weird for me. Then after you've done that a couple times, bring your legs in, roll them in and out. One of the stretches I like to do right after that, because it's working these hips and your hip flexors so much, is this one. So this one really is a nice stretch after that. If you have hip problems or issues with hip strength, that type of exercise is really good for you because it's relatively safe. You know what I mean? So you're sitting down, you can support yourself if there's a wall by you, but you're really just focusing on those small muscles. And then you have the floor to support you, so you don't have to worry about injuring your knees or anything. Whew, that felt good. Definitely feel that working. All right, love you guys.